Alright, let's talk about a product you have seen absolutely everywhere. Rhode's Glazing Milk. It's one of those products that has completely divided the internet. For some, it's a miracle in a bottle, the secret to the ultimate glow. But for others, it's the cause of some seriously frustrating breakouts. So what's the real deal here? Let's get into it. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the glazed donut promise, the hype. Then we'll peek inside the bottle at the actual formula. After that, we'll dig into what real people are saying, the good and the bad. Then we'll figure out why there are such different reactions. And finally, we'll zoom out and see what this all means for skincare in general. So on one hand, you have the glowing reviews. Literally, big publications have been calling it a total essential. Pretty much the key to unlocking that dewy, glazed donut look that everybody is chasing right now. But then, you hop over to Reddit, and it is a completely different story. A total 180. You see tons of posts from people saying, "Nope, this clogged my pores, it gave me these annoying little bumps." And that's really the heart of the question. How can one single product be a holy grail for one person and a total disaster for another? So let's kick things off with the promise. Rhode, Hailey Bieber's brand, came out with glazing milk, and it had a super clear goal. This was meant to be the first, most essential step to getting that signature, super radiant skin. The way it's marketed is as this really light, almost weightless, nutrient-packed drink for your skin right after you cleanse. The whole idea is that it calms everything down, gives you a huge boost of hydration, and basically preps your skin so everything else you put on top just works better. It's like a primer for your skincare. Okay, so that's the promise. Sounds pretty good, right? But what's actually in the bottle that's supposed to pull off this magic trick? Now we get to pop the hood and look at the science. The dermatologist, Dr. Dre, actually puts this in a category she calls a milky essence, which is perfect. Just think of it as being in that sweet spot. It's way more hydrating than a watery toner, but it's much, much lighter than a cream. It's designed to just sink right in without any of that greasy feeling. And when you look at the ingredient list, wow. On paper, this thing looks like an all-star team. You've got a ceramide trio, which is awesome for strengthening your skin barrier. You've got beta-glucan to soothe and hydrate, a mineral complex to fight inflammation. I mean, it's packed. But see that last one on the list? Coconut alkanes? Yeah, pin that one. We're going to come back to it. So the formula seems to have all the right stuff. But what happens when it actually gets out into the real world, onto real faces? Well, this is where the story splits right in two. And I mean, look at this. It is truly night and day. There is no middle ground here. People either say it's their holy grail, a total steeple that makes their skin glow like never before, or it's a direct ticket to breakouts, clogged pores, and even melia. Those tiny white bumps. So, to break it down, the good reviews are all about how soothing and hydrating it is, and how it creates this perfect, dewy base for makeup. The bad reviews all circle back to the same things: bumps, clogged pores, and just feeling oily. And here's a weird side note. A bunch of people, even ones who love it, say it has a kind of chemical smell, even though it's totally fragrance-free. This brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? Why? Why on earth does the same exact formula create a dream come true for one person and a total nightmare for someone else? Well, the answer has nothing to do with marketing or a celebrity hype. It's pure science. And the biggest clue? It's been hiding in plain sight this whole time, right on that ingredient list we just looked at. Yeah, it really does. The one single thing that seems to determine whether you get that beautiful glazed glow or a face full of bumps, it all hinges on one little ingredient and a very important skincare concept. And that concept is called comedogenic. It's a fancy-sounding word, but all it really means is that an ingredient has a tendency to clog pores. And as we all know, clogged pores are basically an open invitation for breakouts, blackheads, all that fun stuff. And the number one suspect in our investigation? It's coconut alkanes. Remember that one? And get this, it's the third ingredient on the list, which means there is a lot of it in this formula. It's the thing that gives glazing milk that luxurious, silky, smooth feel. But it's also known for being potentially comedogenic. So, if your skin is already oily or prone to acne, this ingredient could be the trigger for all those negative reactions. Okay, so mystery pretty much solved. But now let's zoom out. What does this whole glazing milk drama tell us about what's going on in the wider world of beauty and skincare right now? Well, you have to admit, Rhode played this perfectly. They didn't just invent a product out of thin air. They saw this massive skin milk trend bubbling up, this move towards lightweight, hydrating essences for a more minimalist, skin-first routine. And they dropped glazing milk right into the heart of it, instantly becoming the product for that entire category. But what about the whole celebrity brand factor? It's so easy to just write them off as a cash grab, right? But Dr. Dre makes a fantastic point here. A brand's quality isn't really about the famous face on the packaging. It's all about the team of expert chemists and formulators working behind the scenes. A great team is a great team, no matter who signs their checks. And this all leads to the most important part, the big takeaway for you. This whole story is basically a blueprint for how to approach any viral product. First, really know your skin type. Are you oily, acne-prone? Second, look past the hype and actually read the top 5 ingredients. Third, find reviews from people who have skin just like yours. And fourth, and I cannot stress this enough, always patch test first. Which really leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? In a world that's constantly throwing new products and new trends at us, maybe the biggest and most important trend of all isn't what's in the bottle, but just how well you actually know the skin you're in.